You sound like Dracula.
I know, you see, somehow the world's gonna change for me and be so wonderful.
There's an art to it, you know. You can't just do it. You can't just start. You can't just count down and expect to start. There's an art form to it. You know what I'm saying?
What's the art form? Go ahead.
I'm about to show you.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Jeez. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you.
3, 2.
No, I'm doing it.
Okay, sorry.
You can't do it.
Okay, well then just do it.
Okay.
Just do
Okay,
it.
I'm just gonna do it.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1. Well, good morning, warriors. This is the Worship Warrior Podcast, the most transparent Christian podcast you are ever going to find. We talk about
drugs, sex, homosexuals, and war.
We talk about a lot of things, and I'm glad you jumped in because I looked at my notes and I realized
You don't have any.
I forgot to write the intro.
No.
I usually write an intro for this.
Well, it's
Totally
all good.
forgot.
It's all good.
The good news is on a safe day,
Yeah,
we
you're
talk
welcome.
about all those things and much, much more. And on top of that, we add our real life experiences into each episode. And we are doing the same today. It's a very special episode, actually, because what holiday just occurred last week as of the release of this episode?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Party everywhere.
It's our
Woo!
Thanksgiving episode.
It's our Thanksgiving episode.
We had 2 Thanksgiving dinners.
It was nuts. And it's funny because we haven't had them yet, but by the time you see this,
But we will.
we will have had both. So
we will.
we should act like we just came back from those.
I'm coming for that creamed corn.
No, let's act like that we just had
sorry,
them.
sorry.
Don't cut a
ahead.
promo on the
Sorry.
cream corn. That's
Sorry.
not what I said.
I'm coming for you, creamed corn. You better hide. You better hide.
I like that better, actually.
thank
We're
you.
going to stick with that.
Okay.
Just cut promos on cream corn.
Okay.
Okay, so by the time you see this, we will have had 2 Thanksgiving dinners. We will have had 2 insane weekends with 2 families with
2 families, 1 big bowl of creamed corn.
exclusively coming to Blu-ray. If that's still a thing.
I love creamed corn.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. Are you trying to hijack the show talking about cream corn?
Oh, dude, I could talk about creamed corn all day.
What's your that is your favorite Thanksgiving
It is
dish?
the best appetizer.
Is it? Why
It
is
is
it the
best main food.
Oh,
It
okay.
is the best thing in a cup. You could put in a cup.
Yeah.
Creamed corn is the best thing that's ever been put on this god green earth. I love creamed corn.
I will say, I don't know if I should take your advice. I mean, you're when it comes to food, I mean, you're okay with just eating a bowl of mac and cheese for dinner.
What's so wrong with eating
So,
a bowl of mac and cheese for dinner?
Just by itself is weird.
You're
Just by itself is weird.
in.
It really is.
You don't need. You said mac and cheese doesn't have to be a side, baby. Mac and cheese can be the full meal.
No, it has to be a side. It literally has
No,
to
it
be.
doesn't.
It cannot
No, it
be the
doesn't.
full meal. Unless you're doing like a mac and cheese casserole.
Sorry.
But even that's like.
Continue.
Sorry, we're getting off track. But
We'll
not
talk
really,
about this
because
later.
it's Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving.
And this is what we're talking about today. This is what we're gonna do. We're talking about Thanksgiving. We did one of these last year, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Or the year before that, if any.
Yeah, where we talk about what we're grateful for. It's cliche. It's cheesy.
But shut up and suck it up.
But it's what we're gonna do because it's good to be thankful, isn't it?
For creamed corn.
And yeah, it is. I mean, I disagree with you. I don't particularly like cream corn myself. I know. It's one of the many things that we disagree on food-wise, which makes cooking at home really difficult.
Oh, my gosh. Tell me about it.
Yeah, dude, I'll say this. One thing about getting married that they don't tell you is that, you know, they prepare you for like, oh, you're going to hitch your life to somebody. There goes, you're not going to see anybody else, right? You're going to have sex with one person for the rest of your life. What they don't tell you about, because I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
What
you
they
better
don't-
be.
What they don't tell you is that you have to now make your meal around that person's existence.
Yeah.
And it's rough.
It's so rough. And so we eat the same 5 meals every week because that is the only thing we can agree to.
Yeah, that's the only thing we can
It's
compromise
the only
on.
thing we can compromise.
So we eat like what, chicken,
Pastas, mac and cheese, mashed
cheese.
potatoes, pot roast, Alfredo,
pot
spaghetti.
pies are good.
Pot pies. Those are staples
That's a
because
staple.
we fight over everything.
Yeah. So, we argued on
But
the
I
way
am
over here.
looking for that cream corn.
We argued on the way over here
Yeah.
what we were going to eat for dinner.
For dinner after this podcast.
And we decided to eat 2 different things.
Yeah, because screw it. I'm tired.
Dude,
I'm done.
There's no way we can do the rest of our lives
I'm
like
done.
this.
But we have to.
Yes. Okay, let's go ahead.
Okay.
Thanksgiving. Okay.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
let's get this out the way. When it comes to the origins of this holiday,
Bloodshed.
not necessarily the best story in the world. Not necessarily the most Christian story.
No.
And not necessarily what they taught you in elementary school,
No,
is it?
yeah. So true, actually.
Okay. So we're going to get that out of the way as we know that.
Mm-hmm.
We are not going to be the people that just kind of gloss over that and say, like, whatever, you know.
I'm not pro-pilgrim.
You're not pro-pilgrim?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yes.
pilgrims.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yeah, me
Were
neither.
you confused?
I thought you meant the Native
How
Americans.
dare you say not be
I was thinking
pro-pilgrim?
that I had
How?
a Native American.
No, Native Americans are the other people.
That's what I thought. Okay, yes.
Okay.
I agree with you. But, and I'm also not pro Christopher Columbus. That dude was wild.
That dude was so wild.
But that's not why we're here.
No.
Right? It's like, despite the origins.
Yeah.
This is what I always say, because I've actually, as a Christian, I've been asked this question of, like, how are you okay with celebrating holidays like this? You know, even though they're like not like super Christian and the origins and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it doesn't matter.
No, I think it's evolved to just being thankful for things.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's more of what I should say. It's not that it doesn't matter. It does matter, but it's evolved so much. It's so far removed from that we can look at it and not say we associate that with this, you know.
Yeah.
But instead, we choose to be with our families. We
Yeah.
choose to be thankful for what God's given us.
And I will say it's up to us to then, in our kids, not tell them, hey, this is the day Thanksgiving and Pilgrim, the Native Americans and Pilgrims came together and had a big feast, you know. It's really, I mean, what I think we're going to tell our kids is this is a day to be thankful for things and not necessarily tell that story, because I feel like that story is not very Thanksgiving.
Oh, it sucks. Oh, it's horrible. Which, I mean, I'll say this. I don't know. I mean, okay, if they're little kids, but eventually we'll tell them. Well, eventually they're going to learn.
Because they need to know
they're going to learn
their history.
The hardships and the history of
I agree.
Of things. But when they're little bitty.
We'll just tell them, it's just a day to be thankful.
Yeah, and that leads me to my next question, which is, as Christians... What was that?
I don't know.
As Christians,
preach it, brother.
We're called to be thankful, not just in November,
but also December,
and then sometimes January.
Yeah,
but never February. No, every day.
That's the month for cream corn.
Which one?
February.
Oh, why?
I don't know. I thought it would be funny, but continue.
Too far. The cream corn's gone too far.
No, and it's going to keep coming up. I'm letting you know right now.
Okay,
keep going.
All right. I like it.
That's how I'm thinking about it now.
We'll see what happens.
Counting down the days.
We'll see if you can get it in there. I know you have been talking about it a lot.
God, I love cream corn. Okay, go.
Anyway, it's what was I even saying? Thanksgiving,
as a
thankful.
Christian.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to be thankful every single day, right? It's not just the month of November.
Yeah.
It's not just one day.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, do you find yourself actually doing that? As people walk by and make us nervous a little bit.
I know. We're in the library again.
We're in the library again.
They made me nervous. They stared right into my soul.
They stared at us. Yeah, that was kind of scary.
I don't think I struggle with this.
Okay. Why not?
I think I'm a very thankful person.
I would agree. I mean, I would agree. But go ahead and explain. Why would you say that?
I feel like this is not something I struggle with.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel very thankful and I feel very grateful every day.
Yeah.
And like anybody who comes my way and like helps me or cheers me on or in any situation, I feel like I'm and I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm a very thankful person, like very grateful.
Yeah.
And that's just something that I don't struggle with.
I would agree with you.
Something that I don't struggle with. Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't struggle with it.
I just don't struggle with it.
I agree. And
it's not my cross to bear, let me tell you. I have enough.
You have others.
Cream corn.
We've talked about a lot of your crosses that you bear.
Okay.
So it's good that you actually have a break.
You being one.
I would, here's the thing.
Go ahead, preach it. This is your cross to bear.
No, it's not. Because I would agree. You think it is?
No, I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
You're a very thankful person.
I don't. This is going to be a pretty short episode. In general, it probably will be because
it's the Thanksgiving episode.
It's a Thanksgiving episode. What are you going to do? What are you going to say? You know, everybody knows you should be thankful, but I guess we're going to dive into what we're thankful for because, as Anna said, I don't really struggle with this either. I say, and I would thank my parents for that because they always taught me to be grateful. They always taught me. Now, I will say, you know, when I was a kid, that wasn't always the case, but you're a kid, right? Like I remember getting like pairs of socks like for Christmas and then throwing a fit. And then looking back, I'm like, God, why did I do that?
Give us socks this Christmas.
I would
for
love
real.
socks now, right?
Yeah.
But now I don't care. You know, now it's like I'm just grateful whenever anybody lends a hand, no matter what it is.
Or anybody gives you any present.
Anytime, it's just you can't just overlook those things.
No.
So I agree with you. And I think that's why I was drawn to you because we both have that kind of value of being thankful just kind of embedded in us because of our upbringing, because of who we are as well, and because of the Word of God, because we're both Christians, right? And so it's like whenever you're a Christian, I feel like it's pretty innate in you. Now maybe it's not for you.
Or it should be.
Well, calm down. No. You can't just berate the audience. Maybe it's not for you, and maybe that's okay. That's something you can look at, you know, as you're watching this episode. Like, really ask yourself, are you thankful?
Yeah.
For what you have, and truly. Now, I will say, we're gonna open this up a bit because everything we named, it's great. Getting gifts, you know, people doing acts of service for you, it's great. But what about when things aren't great?
Yeah.
That's when it gets hard.
That's when it gets hard.
You know, and I think we're going to talk about that as well. But before we continue, we do have a Bible verse because, again, like I always say, to remind you, we are a Christian podcast.
Why are you looking at
just
me?
Just in case you say anything crazy.
Oh, my gosh. When did I say something crazy?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I thought it would be funny.
I don't know. Cream corn was crossing the line.
It's too much. That's too far.
I love cream corn.
I know you do. Okay, Psalms 107. Cream corn's not in the Bible, okay? We're talking about the
Wouldn't
Bible.
Wouldn't it be hilarious?
If that was like a commandment?
Just like one verse, cream corn. Amen, brother.
Somebody just snuck that in there. It was
cream
you.
Corn.
This is a sticky note.
Read the verse.
No, I'm just
on every Bible across America.
If you pulled it off.
I put a sticky note that said cream corn.
If you did that, that'd be a great break.
Okay, go. Read your verse.
We're going to put it on the screen, too. I didn't put verses up on the last episode because we're learning new software things. So here, hopefully we get it in this week. Psalms 107. Open up your Bible if you can. If you can't, we totally understand. Psalms 107, verse 1. Very short verse, but it's very impactful. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth forever. Okay, so now we're talking about specifically as Christians, because it's good to be thankful in general. That's a great life rule, whether you're atheist, Christian, whatever it is, right? People teach you that. That's not controversial.
Yeah, it's not controversial.
But as a Christian, you're supposed to give thanks specifically to God. So adding on to the question, you're a thankful person. I know you think people, how often do you give God thanks for the things that he's done for your life?
Here's the thing is that I'm not sure where I am with believing in the being of God.
Okay.
But I am thankful to, I do give thanks to, I don't want to say whatever's out there because that feels controversial.
Well, you have to speak your truth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is what did I say at the beginning? We're all on different journeys. This is very transparent.
I do give a lot of thanks to the spirit that is out there.
Right.
In whatever way that is.
So you don't so what do you mean by that?
In whatever. Oh my gosh.
This is the
Thanksgiving episode.
You started talking about this.
We're not talking about
I didn't even give you a hard question.
Because you asked me, am I thankful? And I'm like, I feel like I am very thankful to God.
Gotcha. So you made it complicated. I didn't do that.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how so? Do you like how does that look for you? Because I've always like how does that look? Like do you physically get on your knees, you know what I'm saying? Do you just say it in your head?
I think when I was younger I used to get on my knees a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
For God. I think when I was younger, it was easier to express. It was easier to express that. But now I express it in my head. I don't want to say meditating, but I guess it's meditating. Like I'll take time on my day and I'll just like.
I've never seen you meditate.
Really?
What are you talking about? When have you meditated?
Dude, sometimes I just stare and I'm just like, and I'm in my head and I'm so grateful for everything.
You actually do that?
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's really sick.
Okay.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, thank you.
I thought you were just zoning out, not listening to me.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so let's go back to. I'm just curious. You don't know what's out there yet.
Oh, I thought we moved on.
No, I'm just that's
I thought we moved on from that.
You can't just gloss over that.
Here's the thing. I believe that there's a God.
Okay.
I don't.
Gotcha.
I'm not 100% sure if it's the Christian God. There, I said it.
Controversial.
That is it controversial or is it just my opinion?
I don't know.
Okay. But I am drawn to this a lot more.
You're drawn to Christianity more.
I am drawn to Christianity.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Which we knew this at the beginning, by the way.
Yeah.
So in the beginning of the podcast, at the very, very beginning, the reason we did this is because you were so on the fence about it, and I am so strong in this. Like, I'm not wavering. So that's why we did this.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you did bring it up.
We're two opposing views.
In a way, yeah.
In
But
a
also
way.
not really, because you do, like you said, you lean more toward Christian
Yeah, I do.
beliefs anyway, which I do believe in God. So I'll say for me, when it comes to
I believe in God, technically.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but you didn't want to give it a name.
Yeah.
Him,
Her, them, they, them.
him, God. Yes.
God is the color of water.
I don't know what that means.
It's a book. Every time I think
okay.
of God, I think of the book God is the color of water.
That sounds cool.
But it's a beautiful phrase. God is the color of water.
Explain that.
God is the color of water.
Mm-hmm.
Like clear. Like there's a clarity to it.
Oh, that is good.
God is the color of water.
I just didn't see. That's why I don't do literature.
Yeah, that's why you don't do literature.
But
It's a really good book. Yeah.
God is the color of water because He brings clarity.
Mm-hmm.
He is clear. That's pretty
Continue.
cool. Okay. So my thankfulness comes from, so I would say that.
No, not where your thankfulness comes from. How do you feel that you thank God? Like, do you have a struggle? How do you do it, or do you struggle in your day-to-day life thanking God?
It's pretty okay. So I talked about this a little bit once, where I said, like, I do, but I sometimes will think myself more. So I think it's something I've always had to work on.
It's more about you,
because I'm a little prideful.
That's your cross.
That is
prideful.
my cross. I
and
guess
it can
so.
sometimes cross with, I think, thankfulness.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, because I'm thankful, but I think sometimes I thank the wrong person.
You thank yourself,
I thank myself instead of who really gave it to me,
which is cream corn.
which is God, not cream corn.
Which is God.
Which is God. But so I would say that that's something I actually truly do kind of struggle with, but I think I'm getting better at it.
I think you're getting better too.
Yeah, I'm starting to step back and, like, in general, be thankful for things like wins, and stuff like that, which I never did to begin with. But now I'm starting to, like, really look and be like, God did this for me. That's crazy, or like, I'm only here because of Him, and that's wild, and that's amazing, and I don't deserve to be here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't deserve His mercy and His grace. And I think when you start saying that, and you start truly believing that, that's when things open up, and then it's like, God is the color of water, right? It's clear. It's clarity. It's like, now this means so much more to me. Now I understand it. And then you just become more thankful in the process. So I'm working on it. I'm getting there. I would say I'm better than I was even last year.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a praise report there, So ask yourselves, how often do you thank God, specifically God, for the things that He's given you in your life, Because that could be hard to, it's just hard
to sit down and do. I would suggest journaling.
Journaling is good.
Like, if you just write a journal entry of all the things you're thankful for, specifically for what God has given you.
You know what you know what I did for a little bit? I'll bring this up. So it's no secret to you, but you guys might not know. I have literally gone through, like, all of the self-help things.
Yeah, I do.
I've done the 4 a.m. waking up.
Yeah.
I've done the try to meditate. I've done the
stay up all night.
I've done everything to try to improve my mental health and then myself. One thing I did that really worked, and I need to get back into it, is journaling. So every day, at the end of every day, I would sit down, and I don't like writing, okay? I don't. So I did it on the computer. All right. So that was my form. So, and I have them all on my drive actually still.
Beep, 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 beep.
It's what a drive sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
and thank you to our soundboard there.
You're welcome.
And I would sit there and I would not draw. I would type what happened that day, and then one thing I did that maybe was a little too extreme, unhealthy. I would then rate my day.
Oh yeah.
I think that part was unhealthy for me.
Yeah.
Because if I saw the rating anything less than like a 8,
you thought it was a bad day.
I would just be like, I'm ruining my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I shouldn't. I don't know how healthy that is, but
No.
the journaling part where I was writing down what I did and how thankful I was, and I would always include God every single time. But I just felt like, how could I not? You know, I saw God that day, and I see Him every day, which is why I feel so strongly in this. Is I see Him every day. You know, whenever you're going and outside.
Yeah.
We came to this library and discovered there was a roof.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's
And I just looked
gorgeous.
out there and I was like,
Gorgeous.
it is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, God made this. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All the the sky and the tree looked all gorgeous, as you
Yeah.
say. So that was cool.
Yeah.
But the rating your day stuff, that can get
Yeah, don't do
tricky.
that. That's like an eating disorder, but for your days.
Yeah. That's another thing I struggle with.
Yeah.
But we don't that's not about this. That's not about Thanksgiving.
Okay, next question. Anyway, next question.
Okay. Well, I just want to take time, and like I said, we are giving thanks. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, as far as like what we believe when it comes to being thankful and how to how we should specifically give it to God. It's in the Bible to do it, right?
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
Yeah. And
So
you're so sassy to the audience. I don't know why. It's just out of nowhere.
keep going.
So yeah. Anyway, so that's yeah. So now I just want to take time to really list why we're thankful.
Okay.
So what are things?
What are things that you're... No, I'm going to go first.
You go first.
First, number 1 on my list, you guessed it, cream corn.
I thought it would be me.
Oh.
That's a little... I'm a little hurt by that, actually.
I'm very thankful for cream corn.
Yeah.
Then it's my lovely husband, Michael.
Oh, thank you.
So great. Okay, maybe you're first.
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, God's first.
Mm-hmm.
And then you.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Like, I'm not going to lie. Maybe like number 3.
That's what I'm saying. You have to be honest.
I think
because
maybe
it's
cream corn.
Shut up. You don't really believe that.
Well, because here's the thing, though. It's hard for me because I believe there's a God.
Mm-hmm. But you're still trying to find yourself.
I'm still trying
You're
to
still trying to find yourself, and that's the whole point. Again.
I'm very thankful for you.
Thank you.
I think this year in our marriage has been really wonderful.
Yeah.
Has been really amazing.
Yeah.
Has been more than I could ever imagine.
Yeah.
I never thought I could be this close to a person. And when I think this is it, like we're as close as we could possibly be, we just get closer.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And don't look at me because I'll cry. I think it's really wonderful. I've never felt love like this before. I've never felt devotion like this before. I can't look at you. But I think it's really wonderful. I'm very grateful for you, and I'm very thankful for everything that you do for me and everything that you do for us. And I love you very much.
That's so sweet.
Thank you. I'm very thankful for your parents.
Oh yeah.
This year especially, they let us live in their house.
Mm-hmm.
They came to my preschool today.
Yeah.
And just sung to the kids, and it was lovely, and the kids loved them. I'm very grateful for your parents. They're like, they really feel like family to me now. I'm grateful for your sister. She's amazing. I'm grateful for my mom. She's amazing. She's helped us out this year too.
She has a lot.
I'm grateful for my brother who always steps up, especially helping us as well.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for my sister. She doesn't help, but God, I love her. But I love her very much.
She doesn't help now.
As we got married, people just came out of the woodwork wanting to help.
It's crazy.
And really wanting this relationship to grow and really supporting and rooting for us. And I'm very grateful and I'm very thankful for that. I couldn't have asked for a better support system around me.
Wow.
No.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Truly. Truly beautiful.
And I'm also grateful for cream corn.
Yeah. That was almost beautiful. That was almost so good.
Yeah.
You had it there, and then you...
Yeah. And books.
You really love books.
I love books.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the things we love too, right? Like books and like music for me.
Coffee in the morning.
Coffee in the morning. Dude, the little things like that. Seriously, actually. Seriously. I'll tell you this. My turn.
Okay, go ahead.
So one thing so obviously you, but I can say
okay, there you go. Exactly. Cream corn, and for me, coffee for you. There you go.
One of the things I love, I love, so thankful,
I don't know why you went Donald Trump on me. Okay, I really love this, okay?
Oh, that you cannot do a Donald Trump impression, not at all. Good Lord, that was terrible. Anyway, what I love is when I wake up in the morning, I have a routine now. I get up after you leave, all right, and all the hustle, because you're so loud, by the way. So after you leave, I wake up and I go to the bathroom. Then I use it, all right? And then after that...
Number 1 or number 2?
Oh, it's always a mixture. It just depends on the night before.
Okay, keep going.
And then, so I get up and then I go to the kitchen and I make my eggs.
You're
and
so
then
cute.
I do the coffee and I got my mug, which is actually your mug. And then I do all of it.
So annoying. You literally have your own mugs.
Thank you so much. I like yours better. And then I eat it, right? And then I start working on the podcast or start working on my music. And then I go, whatever I got to do that day. And just that it's just so beautiful.
It's lovely.
I love it. And then coming home to you, or whenever you come home, whichever it is, sometimes it switches.
It's a switch up.
Just knowing that I have the best partner in the entire world by my side truly, truly opens up so many opportunities for me in my head, and opens up opportunities in the world. Like, I couldn't do this with anybody else. You really make this possible. You make everything in my life possible. And I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Please don't cry.
I'm not going to cry. Shut up.
And also, and I do thank God for you. I do, because I feel like he really sent you to me. Like, we met at Concordia, and we met in college.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just, ever since then, it's felt so right,
Yeah.
And I think, God has blessed me with you. And there was times where I almost messed it up. You go back to episode 1 of the season.
Me too, though. Me too.
But more me.
We're not perfect.
Yeah, but I'm pretty bad.
You're perfect to me.
That's very sweet. I've gotten better. But point is, I love you.
I love you too.
And I love my coffee and,
my
eggs and God. And I love my family. And another thing is too, like, we spent these last 2 days with my parents.
They're hilarious.
Oh, they're so funny.
They're so funny.
Oh my God.
We're not going to tell the story. We can't because we'll bust out laughing.
We can't tell it because you had to be there.
You had to be there.
Everybody says that, like, you actually had to be there.
You actually had to be there.
So we're not even going to bother with the story.
Keep going.
But let's just say that
they're hilarious.
They're just so funny. And we had and they're watching this. They know.
And they're actually laughing right now.
You just have to say.
Is it or
the other one
or fluffernutter?
And then they'll get it anyway. And on top of that, like, they came over to see us and to also volunteer for kids, because we went as a family to volunteer at a preschool.
It was so lovely
to play music for them, and just give them that. We did some kid songs, and kids they loved it.
They loved it.
And so they're just so awesome for doing that, driving up here and doing that, and just being super supportive. And it was great to hang out with them. I really have missed them. My sister's with us now, and that's great. Like, we don't get to see them as much anymore, so I'm really thankful for them.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Truly. And then also, so like the music, like my music career, like, it's kind of crazy how, like, I do stress about it, as you know, as I do everything. I'm a very I overthink. I have some anxious tendencies. I have some of those.
Anxious tendencies or anxiety?
Okay, anxiety, whatever you want to call it. All right, I'm working on it.
It's not something to work on.
I think it is.
Well, I think it's I think it's developing strategies.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely have. But point is, when I take a step back and look at what I'm doing, it's like what you told me that one time, which is like, if your younger self could see what you were doing now, he would be ecstatic. Like 8-year-old, 9-year-old me who wanted to do this forever. And it's really cool. when you think of it like that. So I'm very grateful for where I'm at. And
Yeah.
Now we're switching gears.
Oh, to what?
Like I said in the beginning, that's the easy part, isn't it? It's you're gonna be thankful for your spouse, hopefully.
Oh,
maybe
man.
not always. That would suck.
That would really suck.
But you're of course you're gonna you're gonna be thankful for your family, hopefully, and all this stuff, right? And then if your career is good, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just read a verse before we continue. Again, open up your Bibles if you haven't closed them, or if you have closed them. If you haven't, flip it to 1 Thessalonians
Beep.
5.
Beep, 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 beep.
18. Okay.
Beep,
So-
beep, 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 beep. Sorry.
So this one just it's very simple again. We're keeping it very, very light here. 1 Thessalonians 5:18. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. I'm going to read that again. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for
So
you.
is that God allowing that to happen to you?
What do you mean?
Like God's will for you? Is that God's like path for you?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say that, at least from what I'm gathering from this context, well, let's not guess. Let me open up the page.
Okay, go ahead.
And let's back up a little bit. So Anna's asking, what are you asking?
If it means like God's path, like give thanks because that is God's path.
Because
for you.
what you're going through is God's path for you?
Yeah.
It could be. Well, let's just read.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's back up verses.
Back it up.
So now we're going to go 1 Thessalonians 12 to 18, okay? So it looks like final instructions. I wish I knew who was talking here. If we find out, we'll put it on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, now we ask you, brothers and sisters, to acknowledge those who work hard among you, who care for you in the Lord, and who admonish you. I don't know what that means.
Slay.
Hold them in the highest regard and love because of their work. Live in peace with each other. And we urge you, brothers and sisters, warn those who are idle and disruptive. Encourage the disheartened. Help the weak. Be patient with everyone. Make sure that nobody pays back wrong for wrong, but always strives to do what is good for each other, for everyone else. Rejoice always. Pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances. Okay, so it's good we backed up, because if you read 16 to 18, so this is a set of 3 instructions.
Yeah.
So I don't think it necessarily means, I think it's just, these are just blanket, no matter what happens to you instructions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like every day. Rejoice always. Rejoice always, no matter what. Pray continually, because in prayer is whenever you become the strongest with God. And give thanks in all circumstances, meaning you're thankful even if you're going through it, I guess. So I don't know if it's God's will to put you through it.
But I guess some food for thought.
Sure.
Do you think it's like be thankful for the circumstance that you're in? Like if something bad's happening to you, be careful for that bad thing or be thankful for that bad thing that's happening to you?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think it's kind of just like be thankful every day? In terms of just like being thankful for the little things like we've talked about, like not necessarily being thankful for that horrible thing that's happening to you, but focusing on the little things that get you through the horrible thing.
I think it's both, and I'll say just because of the first 2 verses, if you combine all of them, when it says something like, and these words are very they're not accidental. So going back to it, like rejoice always. Well, always means like Always. Yeah. And then, in 18, give thanks in all circumstances. So every single one.
Yeah.
So I think it's both. I think
but does that mean like it's saying give thanks in all circumstances? It's not saying give thanks to the circumstance.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Or be thankful for the circumstance.
Okay.
It's saying give thanks during the circumstance.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So a little food for I mean, I'm not a theologian, but I'm just saying, like,
I don't think that's what they're called.
That is what they're called.
Is it really?
Yeah. Michael, people who know the Bible are called theologians.
Okay, I didn't
Jesus.
know that. I didn't know that. I'm not a Deuteronomy.
Theologian.
Okay. I thought you were making up a word. Anyway. Okay, so I get what you're saying, but I feel like you just said the same thing with different words. So try to explain it a little bit more. No. What you just said when you said, is it this or that?
Because it's saying give thanks in all circumstances.
For this is God's will for you.
It's not saying give thanks to your horrible circumstance.
No.
You know that's what I'm saying. It's saying give thanks.
So why do you
even in your horrible circumstance?
Here's the thing. I didn't even think of that. So why did you think of that?
I think it's important to tell the difference because
sure, but why? Yeah.
I have been through some really traumatizing stuff.
Yes.
I've always had a problem with hearing be thankful.
Okay.
For what's happened to you.
Yeah.
And I think God, or because again, I don't know, I'm just a girl, but I think God, I'm just a girl.
Deep voice.
I'm just a woman. But I think God wants us to be thankful because it keeps us in the mindset that we would need to get through something horrible.
Sure.
Do you know what
Absolutely,
I mean?
Because he wants you in the mindset, focusing on him instead of the problem.
At the end of the day, like horrible things are happening, but I thank God for my cup of coffee in the morning.
Sure.
And I thank God that I have a place to live, and you know what I mean? I don't think it's I thank God for my mom being murdered brutally. Like right. I don't think it's that.
Right.
I thank God that even though my mom was murdered brutally, I got to say goodbye at the hospital. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the distinction is very important.
I agree with that, actually. That's a very good point. Mm-hmm. And I would second that. I would say that that's true. I wouldn't.
Because it says give thanks in all circumstances.
Right.
Like be thankful in all circumstances, not be thankful for the horrible thing that's happening to you. Yeah.
That's really good.
Thank you. Right? I don't know.
Really good. I think so.
Pastor Mike's probably going to call me.
No, I think that's really good. We should get my dad's opinion on that too. But my daddy pastor.
Your daddy pastor. Or like, for example, I hated Concordia. I absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
I never want to go back there. I hate the place. I hate the thought of it.
That's why we almost did this podcast here.
Exactly.
But I even said I don't want to go back there.
But I could say, it feels wrong to say I'm thankful to go to. I'm thankful that I went to Concordia. Mm-hmm. But it feels right to say I'm thankful that even though Concordia sucked, I got to meet my husband. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Like there's that distinction.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or like, okay, here we're gonna go dark, right?
Sure.
I've been assaulted.
Yes.
That's something that I struggle with.
Yes.
I can't say I thank God for the assault that happened to me. Mm-hmm. I just can't do that. Mm-hmm. But I can say I thank God that even though the assault happened to me, I'm of sound mind now.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's an important
I do agree with that. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what people should have been telling you. I know that's not what you heard. I know that's not what you heard.
No, that's not what I heard. But I heard the verse, and I don't know. I feel like it just clicked in me. It's because
it clicked with you. You've never told me. You talked about it like this. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
It's just that in all circumstances clicked with me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Wow.
Not be thankful for the circumstance.
But in every circumstance you're in, there is something to be thankful for. It's not that necessarily. Mm-hmm. You know, like you said, it's like if your mom gets brutally murdered in front of you, I'm not going to be thankful. I'm not going to be thankful.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I'm thankful for the years that I had with her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm glad you pointed that out. I had to see, the thing is, I didn't even think of it like that. Mm-hmm. And I will say, we have varying levels of trauma here at this table. Mine's not that bad, I don't think.
No, but it's still trauma. Like, never lessen your trauma.
Oh, no. Girl, around you, I always do. You kidding me? If you heard her full story.
Oh, my gosh.
Front to back, you would too.
Gosh.
So, I get it. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you brought that up. And I was going to say, so, like, applying it to me, so that's actually great for you. Mm-hmm. Applying it to like me, I was gonna say, in my struggles, I put music career and I put money hardships. Mm-hmm. Now, music career is obvious. I think I'll just run through it really quickly. Is obviously I struggle in the field. Everybody does, but no matter what, you're always thankful for the stage. You're thankful for the people you meet. Oh, I love that part.
That you have a place in it so much. You do have a place in it.
Yeah, exactly. and the bond you make and everything, it makes up for the little things that get on your nerves. It makes up for the feeling insecure. It makes up for feeling like you're too far behind, because you look around you and you see everybody. It's a great community. So I'm thankful for that. And I said, like, our financial issues, because, you know, as we're growing, as we're becoming independent, as we're building our house, look, I mean, we're in a free public library. These are terrible mics. We need a new wire, and we're trying to budget for the wire because we're not rich by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
And it's been tough sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's hard to admit that.
But you know what? It's the end of the month, and we're doing really well.
Surprisingly. Doing really great.
Yeah.
Able to treat ourselves after this.
Thanks to
God. Seriously. Because seriously. I don't know what
I don't know where this money came
from. Me neither. Okay. And, you know, we're not bragging here. We're just thankful that we're actually going to be able to pay bills.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great feeling. But I say that to say, like, obviously I'm not thankful, like, you know, that I'm hurting, I guess. But in a way, I'm thankful for, like, I guess the lessons I'm learning. Because it's like...
Even that is...
You know?
Yeah.
Because in this, it's like, you know, I feel like I've learned with you, so we've learned how to scrape by, because this is by no means a struggling month, but we've had some hard months. We've been together for so long now, and we've lived together for 2 years now, I think.
Yeah.
In total.
About,
maybe 2 or 3 even.
2 or 3.
So, like, in those times, we've had some hard months that we've had to scrape, and we've had to figure it out. We've had to call on God, and I'm thankful, not necessarily for that, but the fact that we were able to call on him and to figure it out.
I mean, even like you saying learning a lesson kind of fits into like I'm not going to say I'm thankful again for I'm not thankful for the assault.
Right.
But I'm thankful for maybe things that I took from it, like what I've learned. And again, the distinction is so important. I'm not thankful that maybe emotionally some nights for us were like horrible, but I'm thankful for what we've learned and how, like how close we grew together. You know,
they were never horrible for me. They were hard. It was hard to see through it, but yeah. Just saying, like because I also just want to make the distinction to you, because
no, I'm fine.
No, I know, but I know your brain because I love you and I know you. And it's like you've never been a burden because of it. I just want to say, like, I just want to say that, like, I'm here for you. I got you.
I'm here for you too.
I got you, dude.
I love you too.
Yeah. I didn't say I loved you. I said I got you.
No, but I know you meant I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, let's keep going.
But yeah, that's that's how I feel.
Yeah.
It feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add to that?
I love cream corn.
Okay. I had forgotten about that. Okay, now you've triggered me.
That's it. How do you feel?
I'm upset.
Eddie.
I mean, no, that covers it. I really feel like, let us know what you guys think about that, And I had, okay, we'll end with this. No, we won't. No. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Just let me do a quick fun fact.
We're going to do a fun fact. So, but I forgot to give you the intro last time, so here we go.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, from...
The library will close in 1 hour. Thank you.
I thought we was getting kicked out.
I know, me too. Okay, keep going.
It scared me. Okay, anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Houston, Texas, born and raised in the gutters.
Okay, that is not true. That is not true.
I don't know why I said that. Ladies and gentlemen, born and raised in Houston, Texas, now living in Austin, Texas.
Amen.
She is the fun fact queen. She is bringing the fun fact to you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my favorite part of the show. It is why you are here. It is why we do this, because it is time for Anna's fun fact of the day. Take it away.
Okay, guys. Fun fact is that my favorite food is cream corn. Oh Thanks, guys. Michael, back to you.
You didn't prepare a fun fact, did you?
No, my fun fact is that my favorite food is cream corn.
I was worried whenever you didn't have a book in
Michael,
your hand.
back to you.
Well, there you go. If there's anything you can take away from this episode, it's that Anna loves
cream corn.
And there you go. So if you're thinking about sending any fan mail,
Send cream corn in the mail.
if you're doing that,
Just put a blob of it in an envelope and send it to me.
and that'd be perfectly
I'll
fine.
eat it.
I love it. Okay, so that's gonna pretty much wrap this episode. Like I said, super short. A lot deeper than I thought we were gonna get today. I feel like we made some great strides here.
Yeah, I think so too.
And learned a lot about you specifically, and that's great.
And you.
And me.
Yeah.
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 Great job, everybody. We will see you guys next week. Until then, read your Bible, say your prayers,
Eat cream corn.
eat your cream corn, enjoy your Thanksgiving, or you already have at this point. So tell us about how was your Thanksgiving.
Eat your leftovers.
Eat your leftovers.
Don't leave them in the fridge. And if they're in the fridge, actually, if they're in the fridge, if you still have Thanksgiving leftovers in the fridge, throw them away.
Yeah, at this point, probably a good idea.
Yeah.
A good PSA for
Yeah.
everybody. And until next time, we will see you again. Thank you again so much for watching, and catch us next week on Worship
Warrior.
Goodbye.